Hello and welcome to the qualifying notebook from Austin. Now, I'm limited to 10 minutes today, so I've started my stopwatch, or stopped my startwatch, as Murray Walker once said, and so we'll go through things quite... Where are you going, Lee? Lee, you seem to have been distracted here by some... Oh, I see, right, okay, right, I see. Well, we might as well take a walk, and why don't you feature the... Grid girls here. Now I can tell you because I saw an interview with the designer of all the stuff. These are traditional Texan tassel dresses, and the blue stone necklaces are local to this area. They're made by some kind of... I had jet lag, and I was watching an interview with the designer of their kits. They're local necklaces, as I understand it. Is that right? Local necklaces? Yeah. Okay. Right. See, and so you said something about the bras, but I wasn't paying attention to that. Certainly have some chassis enhancements around here in Texas, don't they? The grid girls like they do in Formula One. Wow. So yeah, that's what I know about the tassel dresses are all local, and the red cowboy boots as well. So don't they look distracting, diverting, beautiful? That's what I was going to say. Yes, that was the words. Right, let's talk about qualifying, shall we? Look at that. Grid girls, and already 1 minute 17 gone. I've only got 10 minutes for this. Sebastian Vettel, shake and bake. It was a reference, of course, to Talladega Nights. It was something that Rocky, his engineer, actually started in IndyCar. Rocky started his career in America, so that was something that he came across and wanted to make a joke out of. Sebastian was quite happy to say shake and bake, shake and bake. So that's all about that. You see on the inside of the Red Bull rim, you can see these cooling areas. Oh yeah, all right. Well, be like that if you want. You know, you've won everything. You might as well just show us all your secrets. I'm only joking. Don't worry. So it's just a joke. You've won all the championships. Don't worry. Dear me, Red Bull are a bit like this. Anyway, they're like a lot of teams in that they've got cooling. There's sort of dimples on the inside of the tyre rims, and that helps with the tyre cooling. Mercedes do it as well. That's what there. But there was an interesting thing that Nico Rosberg said about the tyres. And because it's going to be probably a one-stop race tomorrow, we're going to start on this tyre and then go to this tyre here. You need to set the car up. In order to do a one-stop race, you need to be kind on your tyres. Otherwise, you'll have to do a two. So to be kind on your tyres doesn't fit with what you need to do in qualifying, which is get the heat into the tyres very quickly. So there's already a... we're under investigation again here. Oh, he's moved away. I'm quite happy to check out what I'm doing, but doesn't want to appear on camera. That's fine. Let's go away from Red Bull, shall we? I don't really feel like I want to talk about them anymore. So yeah, Mark Webber said I effed up the last corner. He made a mistake in the last corner, but still, you know, the sign is that they're 7 tenths ahead of the next car, which was Romain Grosjean. Ferrari, not great for them. They said to Fernando Alonso on the radio afterwards that, well done, Fernando, you obviously had to put a lot of yourself into that performance, for which we thank you. You put a lot of yourself into that performance, so well done. Felipe Massa all over the place with that tyre problem, and that's the issue for them. In order to get their tyres to last for a one-stop, they just couldn't get the tyre temperature, and that's why Felipe Massa was down there in 15th. So they really are in some sort of peril. I've lost you, Lee, so hopefully you can see me as I make my way to Lotus, where Romain Grosjean did a great lap. 7 tenths. He was saying how difficult the car was in the high-speed corners. There you are. Hello, reunited. He was saying how difficult the car was in high-speed corners. He said that was quite a ride with all the wind blowing everybody all over the place. Oh, it's Gordon Ramsay. Of course, he's massive over here. I mean, not that he's not massive in the UK as well, because of the Hell's Kitchen and all of that. I'm sorry to say I don't know who his friend is here. Let's see if I can see what his name is. Something Ettinger. Something Ettinger? Don't really know. I should grab a word with him. I don't know what I'd say to him if I did. He's talking to the lady from Bell Helmets. I've got nothing. I don't know what to say to him. I don't know what I would say to him, so I won't say to him anything to him. And I've done 4 minutes now, and I've got to tell you the rest about qualifying. Christian Horner, here's his birthday. Is it today your birthday? It is. 40 years today. What's happened?
covered in birthday cake, I'm afraid. So thanks to Mr. Webber and Vettel. I've got an earful and a nose full.
Now look, I'm 40 in March. How does it feel?
Feels no different to anything else. So yeah, there you go. It's just a number.
Look at it. Oh, good. I'm glad you told me that. I'm glad you told me that. Look at us. Four-time world champion team boss, idiot in shorts, and born in more or less the same age.
With a lot of cake in my ear.
Okay, yeah, so who's the loser now? Thank you, well done. Christian Horner going into the toilet. Let's go on to, this is Red Bull, we've already spoken about them. Mercedes, yeah, Nico Rosberg, very disappointing from him, just couldn't produce the goods today, Nico Rosberg, just didn't have what Lewis Hamilton, the flexibility that Lewis Hamilton knew when to use the car and how to use the tyres and actually get a lap time out of them. Lewis could do it, Nico couldn't, so that's a bit of a failure on Nico's part, and he had to pay the price all the way down there in 14th and set surely for a very, very difficult day. As you can see, the crowd is starting to thin out slightly. The other celebrity I was hoping to catch a quick word was Matt LeBlanc. I wasn't really sure what I was going to say to him either, but looks like we'll have to make do with just Gordon Ramsay for today, while we talk about there he is again. Is he following us, Lee? Maybe we're following him. While we talk about McLaren, and the guy who's being sacked is 7th. So Sergio Perez with a very good lap actually, and really you could say that had he maybe shown some of that. But qualifying has been, pretty good for him in recent times. But Martin Whitmarsh, the team boss, saying that Jenson Button rather hoped for more, as you can imagine. It's going to be 16th for him. So he was, at the moment, he's 13th without the penalty. That means Rosberg will actually move up to 13th. Massa will move up to 14th. And Verne will move up to 15th with Jenson Button in 16th. Now, Esteban Gutierrez is under investigation for blocking Pastor Maldonado in Q1. I saw him on the pit wall. He was being explained to him by the team manager, Bate Zender, exactly what he'd done. It would be a shame because Maldonado, got traffic and then didn't make it through, but Esteban Gutierrez did. Monisha Kaltenborn saying that this is much more the performance we expect from Esteban Gutierrez, which I thought was quite interesting, considering that Gutierrez also is fighting for his drive. That was quite a telling statement by her. We will see if Gutierrez gets a penalty from his current 10th place. I didn't mention Kovalainen, so all credit to him. Just as focused on not making big mistakes and actually staying in the hunt as Jules Bianchi just passes us. Force India, Adrian Sutil claimed that he got held up by pretty much everybody. It was Lewis Hamilton, and he also got held up by Max Chilton, although that was news to Chilton, so we'll see whether that is happens to him. As for Paul de Resta, he has ended up 12th. And first of the, or rather second of the people who can start on whatever tyre they want. So he could start and do another lap on, or the first stint on the prime tyres if he wanted to. Emilia Pikkarainen there in the blue, celebrating Valtteri Bottas's very good day. In the end, it was the only 9th, and that means that he wasn't really, I think, able to deliver it at the last moment. I don't know whether the pressure got to him, but having shown so well, actually he was swallowed up and finished only 9th, but still has really made the difference. As we talk about Williams, actually, we've just headed past there. What Maldonado was saying, what he was inferring, was that the team actually sent him out into a load of traffic, and that meant that the temperatures and pressures went away from his tyres, as well as being balked by, as he said, the likes of Esteban Gutierrez. I think you could argue, maybe in his head, a touch of paranoia perhaps, that there was a mistake in sending him out. Well, I think the connection is that they're somehow irritated at him for leaving the team, and they're somehow doing it deliberately. Doesn't really wash, but that gives you some insight into where Maldonado's head is at the moment. Toro Rosso, sort of middling weekend for them. Jean-Eric Verne will be 15th, as we said. Daniel Ricciardo, another great performance to make it 11th. We'll see if they can convert that into the race. And a big up to Guido van der Garde. He is first of the Caterhams and Marussias yet again. Charles Pic will start last with a 3-place penalty. But there is Guido. He is 19th. And as we said, leading the pack. So well done, Guido. Excellent. Love the new helmet colours, by the way.
I heard you. I heard you made a joke about it. So tell us the joke.
I didn't. I just said they were funky and cool. Actually, I said it looked like somebody had had an accident over you.
Okay. You want to see it?
No, I've seen it. It's great. It's pink. Listen, it's funky. What I really meant was that, trying to dig myself out of this hole. I love it. No. I love the way that you've had over the last few races, different helmet colours, and these are just zany colours. How did you come up with it?
Actually, I always do something crazy with my painter, and we decided the flipper cast, you know, the pinball thing, and he had one home, and he sent me a picture. This is quite cool to make a helmet from. Oh, we did it. So we put some extra, you know, crazy stuff on it.